Good morning, and welcome to Mobile Me and You 2022. I'm Shari Veil. I'm the Dean of the College of Journalism and Mass Communications at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'm delighted that we are able to host you here on our beautiful campus, as well as online. This conference is made possible by generous funding from the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, whose goal is to foster informed and engaged communities, which is essential for a healthy democracy. Thank you to Mark LaValle for joining us today and for the Knight Foundation's continued support of this important conference. I'd also like to thank our partners in this endeavor, the Knight Chairs at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign College of Media and Northwestern University Medill School of Journalism, Media, and Integrated Marketing Communications, as well as the Mid-America Press Institute and Investigate Midwest. Our organizers, Gary Kebbel, Brant Houston, Jeremy Gilbert, and Pam Dempsey, have lined up an incredible schedule for you all. Mobile Me and You was launched in 2015, the same year that Google changed its algorithm so that more mobile-friendly websites receive priority placement for search queries made on mobile devices, a change that the Huffington Post dubbed Mobilegeddon back in the day. Google's decision to now eliminate the third-party cookie in 2023 is expected to reshape the internet once again, including smartphone usage. Driven by an ever-increasing awareness of the need to protect the private information of consumers and how it's used, the move will eliminate support for third-party cookies on Google Chrome. Meanwhile, Apple and Meta continue to fight over whether users have the right to decide whether their phone or the apps they use on that phone have control over their private information. We've moved from a world where media companies were the gatekeepers to a world where the media can still influence the news agenda, but now platform companies control access to audiences. This conference focuses not just on the privacy of personal information, but the value of information, how it's paid for, and how it's consumed. When information was scarce, it was valuable. But information is now more accessible and worldly than ever. A business model formed to exploit information scarcity just doesn't work in an age of overabundance. As such, national newspaper advertising revenue fell from a historic high of $49.4 billion in 2005 to just $8.8 billion in 2020, and newspapers folded across the country in line. Those advertising dollars have moved online, and specifically to online videos. In 2021, digital advertising revenue increased by 50.8% over 2020, with mobile accounting for the majority of that growth. Digital ads on media now represent a significant share of internet advertising dollars. 7 out of every $10 spent go to mobile advertising efforts. Cisco estimates that video will account for 82% of internet traffic globally by the end of 2022. And as we move into 5G, that prediction looks even more likely. The key question is not whether journalism will continue to change as our business models shift to online and video. It's how radically it will happen. Social media's methods of instantaneous communication have brought expectations in the field of journalism. News today must be live if it is to really evoke that curiosity of consumers. With this, journalists are now expected to be jacks of all trades, capable of writing, shooting video, running data, and managing social media. A culture of instant gratification has taught us that there's no need to wait to receive information. Traditional journalists create discrete and finished products for mass audiences. Mobile journalists disseminate pieces of the story as they occur. The incentive in a crowded environment is to be the loudest and the most aggressive if you want to be heard at all. Truth becomes an obstacle to getting those audiences. In such a chaotic environment, the public craves comprehension, which has given rise to news aggregates and analysts translating what the news should mean to us. Fed into those algorithms of companies like Meta and Google and Twitter, our past choices become the template for the information we receive in the future. Each of us gets locked into our own self-defining feedback loop where bias gets amplified and context gets lost. According to a recent Pew Research poll, 74% of Americans can't tell the difference between real and fake news. In the US and abroad, anxiety over misinformation has increased along with political polarization and the growing misinformation and fragmentation within the media. Edelman Trust Barometer found in 2021 that traditional media is now less trusted than both business and government. Too often, as part of the power structure, journalism has exacerbated these problems. However, as our professions continue to evolve with the media landscape, and we continue to have conferences like these that not only examine the cutting edge of technology, but also the ethical and social issues they create, I do believe journalism will move closer to the solution. At the University of Nebraska, our mission is to nurture curious and creative minds to thrive in the ever-changing media and communication professions. But that mission is grounded in hard work, collaborative problem solving, and the ethical pursuit of truth to uphold democracy. Mobile Me and You is a journalism and technology conference focused on storytelling on mobile media platforms while highlighting new and innovative techniques and best practices for news gathering. The theme of this year's conference is the arrival of 5G capabilities and what that will mean for journalism, advertising, and public relations. Experts from our university partners, as well as the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, CNN, USA Today, and others, will talk about gathering and distributing information on mobile media platforms. They'll discuss augmented reality, virtual reality, voice assistants, texting the news, using drones, and targeting ultra-local information with geolocation technology. In other words, this Mobile Me and You conference explores how to think differently about storytelling to better reach audiences of today and tomorrow. And in line with the mission of the Knight Foundation, our purpose in this conference is to foster informed and engaged communities, which are essential for a healthy democracy. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for investing in your personal development and the advancement of our professions. I hope you have a wonderful conference, and welcome to Nebraska.